Hi, I'm Dylan from the Paper Pilots, and thanks to the guys at Clever Patch. Today I'm going to teach you one of my favourite paper planes. Now this is a very famous paper plane because of one of the folds that you make halfway through the plane. It locks the whole plane together. This is called the Nakamura lock. And there are many different versions out there, but this is the version that I've created today. It's very simple. Make sure you follow along with the instructions you've been given and the template, because then you'll see the right angles to fold your creases at. Now it starts off pretty simple. We're going to start with our piece of paper folded in half lengthways, making sure that crease is nice and neat, making sure we push our creases down. The next step is to fold the top corner of our plane inwards to make that triangle shape. It's a pretty standard paper plane fold. You may have done this one before. Doing the same on both sides. And what we end up with is this kind of house shape, with a bit of a roof there. And this is important because the next fold is going to involve pulling that roof all the way down to make the shape of an envelope. Also, you'll notice that crease down the middle of our page still continues through all the way from the top to the bottom. You'll also notice this envelope triangle shape here, and you'll notice that crease there with that little line going there. So what I want you to do next is imagine a dot about there on that triangle. Now we're going to use that as a reference point because we can fold the corner of our plane into the center. You'll have a bit of a reference, a guide on your instructions and template to match up to. And then once we've got that, we end up with a shape that looks a little bit like a penguin covering its eyes. Now it's got this little beak here, and this beak's pretty cool. This is the important part of this plane. It's the Nakamura lock. It's the bit that's going to lock all of these folds together. So we're going to grab this little tab, this little beak shape, and we're going to fold it upwards so that it's now locking all of these shapes in place. Especially when we do our next fold, which is to fold our plane in half. So we're folding it in half, making sure that all of those folds are visible on the outside. You should be able to see that little triangle there. Now, with any paper plane, the wings are the most important. So what we're going to do, we're going to think about the crease that we make for our wings. Now, folding a wing down is about that kind of action. But what we want to do is start our crease about halfway up the nose, cross the top of that triangle, and then continue up along the back. So to do that, I like to fold like that, getting nice and neat there. And you'll see that that crease actually touches the top of that triangle. This will help to angle the wings into the wind at the right angle, which is pretty cool. Now you can also flip it over and finish your second wing just by matching up the first two wings. Should be like a template, should be nice and symmetrical. And there we're almost ready to go. So something you'll notice that we need to do is to fold our wings up into that Y shape. So it's going to help to keep the plane flying in a stable manner. It's also going to help to make it fly straight. Now, if you want to be really tricky, add a little bit of weight into the front of your plane, you can just fold the nose up a little bit just to add a little bit of extra paper into the front of the plane. Makes it a bit more rigid. And that is your Nakamura lock. Next flight as well.